Escape from Death has us utilizing ideas from Grasp of Death. This represents a tailoring or modification compared to Ed Parker's original technique, but it's something I find is much more practical than the original. Let's take a look. So, sidestepping with the hammer fist, maneuvering around and behind the opponent to protect my airway, keep choking. I'm going to use my knee to buckle as I attack his groin and get my head free. Now, I could use Grasp of Death. I could just go right into a side armbar, hand on the ground with a knee to the face. And maybe he starts to get clever and he wants to escape by diving to the ground. Go ahead and dive to the ground. Taking the opponent down into the armbar. I have his wrist firmly against my hip here, so don't let it get away from you. Don't put it on your ankle or out here in the air. Keep his wrist right at your hip. And initially, he may just go to a kneeling position like this. It may be hard to compel him flat where we want him. So from here, I'm gonna sidestep a little bit with my right foot to flatten him out on his belly. Like from here, you can rise up with a front kick stomp to the back of the head, striking with the heel. And then discard his wrist as you use a front crossover stomp and cover up. I'm going to step, pull on his wrist and grab the groin. I'm going to get my head free. Let's change the angle just a little bit. Right here. I'm going to step back with my right, around with my left. My hip is going to be very close to his hip as I apply this arm bar. Yes. Now from here, you might see a lot of people switch, have their left hand hug and pin his arm, and have the right arm deliver a punch behind the head. To me, that feels a little distant and feels a little ineffective. So the way you saw me follow up was to take my left hand and grab his hair and drive a right knee into his face. So be it a right punch or a right knee is up to you. And I want to bend your elbow here. Let's roll up your sleeve. The arm bar is very particular and it only works a certain way. Notice in this case I have the point of his elbow facing the ceiling. And if we extend his arm, his thumb is pointed towards the ground. This is the right way to apply the armbar, because what I'm attacking is his tricep tendon, which is right above the point of his elbow. If his thumb is pointed forward or up, the point of his elbow is now facing the back of the room or even the ground. And it's very difficult, if not impossible, for me to actually apply pressure on his tricep tendon. So it's kind of the opposite. Thumbs down means go, it means good. We're ready for the arm bar. So the thumb is down, I've got a firm grab on his wrist, and I'm using the bottom 2 inches, the blade of my forearm, right against his tricep. And I'm bending my knees like I'm sitting in a chair. I'm putting all of my body weight onto this forearm, and I'm going to pull up on the wrist. And that's what gets his attention. Stay right there for me. Some people do this. They kind of fold their arm in and try to lean this way. But here I'm using soft parts of my arm, my tricep and my deltoid. I want to use sharp bony parts that hurt. So just the forearm is going to make contact. And don't bend over a lot at the waist. Try to sit down like you're doing squats in the gym. And that's a good way to do it. The other thing you're going to see is that his forearm is very tight against my waist, like it's my belt. If his arm is out here, pull your arm away, fight against me. Yeah, I'll lose it in about half a second. If I have it real snug against my body, pull your arm away. Right? Not so easy for him to escape now. He's pretty strong, so he might actually do it. But the point is, the closer you hug it to your body, the better off you're going to be. Thank you. So now that arm bar is going to pop up in a lot of different places. So work out the particulars in this technique, and it will pay off in future techniques. So there you have it for Escape from Death.